This is another activity on scattering of light. Here, you cover the mouth of the lamp shade properly with black paper using sticking tape. Prick a hole of 1 to 2 mm diameter in the center of the paper with the help of the packing needle. Then, you take clear water in the beaker. You light the bulb and place the beaker in contact with the hole. Observe from the front and at an angle of 90 degrees. Now add 2 to 3 drops of milk to the water and stir. Observe again. A few more drops of milk may have to be added to make the water turbid. A blue tinge is seen when observed along the 90-degree angle. This is the scattered blue light. Because the blue light is scattered, a red yellow light is seen from the front and the whole appears reddish. Okay. Use your brain power. If a few more drops of milk are added, the reddish color seen from the front becomes an intense red. However, if many drops are added, the reddish color is not seen. Why is this so? You can give it a thought for some time. We'll come back to this question. What is a shadow and how is a shadow formed? The light emerging from a source of light illuminates the screen placed in front of it. But if an object is placed between the source of light and the screen, the light rays they get obstructed by the object. As that part of the screen does not get illuminated, it remains dark. And this dark part is known as shadow. And this is how a shadow is formed. So have you all thought of the question in use your brain power? What happens is, if we add a few more drops of milk, okay, after some time the reddish color becomes dark and further it goes on becoming even intense, but after some time the reddish color is not seen because the light which gets scattered, the red color at one point of time gets scattered and henceforth the red color is not visible. The shadow obtained from a point source and an extended source. In this activity, you have to take a candle or a torch. You all can do this activity at home also under the guidance of your parents. You can take either a candle or a torch as a light source. In front of it, set up a cardboard with a tiny hole. Now, the light is seen to emerge from the hole on the cardboard. Such a light source is called point source. And when you place a screen vertically at a distance of 1 meter beyond the cardboard, hang the big ball between the screen and the cardboard. Observe the shadows AB of the ball. The rays OP and OQ starting from the point source just pass by the ball and fall into the points A and B on the screen, respectively. However, since no rays reach the screen between the points A and B, that part remains unlit. This is the dark shadow or the umbra. What happens if the cardboard with the pinhole is removed? Now we do not have a point source. This source is called an extended source. Due to the extended source, we see two parts in the shadow of the ball on the screen, one faint and one dark. The faint part BC, is called the penumbra and the dark part AD is called the umbra. Now let us see what happens in the following activity when the ball is bigger than the extended source. Keeping the distance between the extended source and the ball constant, move the screen further and further away and observe the shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra and the penumbra in the shadow of the ball are seen to become bigger and bigger. Now, Place the big ball with one that is smaller in size than the light source. Observe its shadow on the screen. We see the umbra and penumbra of the ball on it. Now, without moving the light source and the ball, move the screen further away from the ball and observe its shadow. As the screen moves further, the umbra becomes smaller and smaller, and at a certain point, it disappears.